Welcome to Turn to Your Neighbor. This is the Christian Talk Show where we talk about the church, music, movies, social media, and a whole lot more. My name is Cliff, and this is Big Dre. What's up, man?
What's up? Okay, wait.
You had it right.
Yeah. What's up, neighbors? That was solid.
That was solid.
That might have been my best one of 2021. What up to the neighborhood? We are in the building. Black Santa gang. We out here. So let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something.
Okay, fine, Marshall Bill.
Let me tell you something. So that people, I don't know if people think like I just happen to have that up on my door. No, it stays up year round.
Yes.
That stays up year round. And the problem is with this whole work from home thing, right? I sometimes forget to shut the door. So I'm here trying to have serious conversations with people and try to get somebody's life together. And they're looking at Black Santa in the background. Because to me, it looks, I guess, not as clear as what it does on the camera. And people are like, is that Black Santa? And let me tell you what, for some of my less melanated brothers and sisters, for them to see a Black Santa, for some of them, it's the first time they have seen a Black Santa. And so I've had to have some interesting work conversations. But you know what? Pastor Hampton is
already calling us out.
Yo, Pastor Hampton, I was sitting in love and light your way last week, and you coming in firing. I can tell that brother is feeling better. Well,
but for the record, we started the stream at 9.
Yes.
So I don't know. The right referee is getting orders for no reason.
I want to make this clear. I've been noticing our audience getting smaller and smaller as of late, but either that it's our content or y'all just got something. Y'all think the outside opened back up, didn't you? Some of y'all are back outside doing reckless things, you know what I'm saying, and that's okay. Good. Your students need a little Black Santa and a little Black Jesus. Okay, can we get down there, do on the screen? Why are y'all fired up already today? Oh, I got somebody from the YouTube crew signing in. Let me still give a shout out to the YouTube crew. Shout out. I'm trying to do both at the same time. So y'all gonna have to work with me. I'm trying to be in both conversations and be on the show at the same time. So we're gonna see how this works, brother.
You know the YouTube comments show up in our thing right
now. But I can't respond to them.
You're trying to respond to the people.
Yeah, brother. I'm trying to get back to the people, brother. I'm the man of the people. You know what I'm saying? Also, as you notice, we are down one of the crew today. Dr. T got real Dr. T things to do, so she is unable to be with us today. So you know what that means.
We about to cut up.
Toxic TTYN. I can just say reckless stuff today, and nobody's checking me. Y'all try to check me in the neighborhood, I'm just deleting you. I'm just going absolutely nuts today.
Come on. All right, neighbors, do me a favor. Please, right now, please share right where you are. And
let me share. Let me see what you got in there. Okay. I guess I can share this. This is a heavier. I got to see what you got written as a description from time to time. Because it just be that's what happened when the Trumper came in here. You put in something wild, and the Trumper came in here. He wanted to start all types of havoc.
That's okay.
We got Zoom bombed, and we wasn't even on Zoom. Man.
I don't know why your video keeps pausing.
My video's pausing again?
From time to time. Yes, it does. I don't know.
Brother,
why.
I got nothing but the highest. My Wi-Fi connection is the flyest right now.
Connection is unstable.
But don't say that on my end. Say that on your end.
Yeah, and I'm plugged in. Oh, it's going. Whatever it was, it has passed.
All right. Well, I'm back. Well, anyway, somebody says Dre's Ranch should be renamed Black Santa. Yo, I was
Black Santa says.
Yeah, I was.
Good God.
Black Santa says, don't worry. Oh, I have a rant today. I have something for the people. And so I am pausing. I don't like this, brother. Okay. Am I back?
Back. You back.
Okay. I was just seeing what it was doing on the Facebook.
Yeah, leave it and comes back. Well,
okay. Yo, I should plug in. I should have just plugged in. Here's the crazy part. I done upgraded my whole system. I actually went out and got a 12-foot Ethernet cord, just to be able to plug in is actually like
you stop blaming the babies. You stop blaming
like
the kids.
25 foot. Yeah, I spent too much money on another piece, but I just never plug in, and so I just should have plugged in. That's my fault. Yo, I have a classic rant today. It might get me in trouble, but I'm gonna say some things. We're gonna wait till the end though when my wife is asleep.
Oh, okay. It's gonna be that kind of thing. All right. So
it's gonna be close to 10 o'clock.
Let's get to it before we lose neighbors. Yeah. The neighbors can hang with us throughout the whole thing. All right, the first thing I want to talk about. So I don't know if you saw this, but you know how there's Black Twitter, and so there's apparently a Black Church Facebook.
Okay.
So Black Church Facebook was all up in arms yesterday.
Okay.
Because Bishop Demetrius Sinegal, let me get rid of this share thing here. Hold on. Because Bishop Demetrius Sinegal, that's the brother, of course, with the collar and the glasses.
Okay.
In the picture here. He took to Twitter yesterday to openly rebuke Brian Carn. Okay. So him and Brian Carn, just a little backstory, him and Brian Carn are apparently fairly close friends.
Okay.
And he went to Facebook yesterday. I said Twitter. He went to Facebook yesterday, posted live, about a 20-something minute live, to call out Brian Carn for his sexual immorality.
Okay.
Yes. And I mean, and some of y'all think, why is he doing this on Facebook if they're friends? Yeah. Well, according to the bishop said he tried to do it biblically. He tried the biblical route first. And so by that, I'm guessing he tried, unless somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. Basically, first, you go to the person. You got an issue with someone, you go to the person first. And then if there's not resolved after you go to them, then he went to then you bring in a third party. So I'm assuming he brought in Brian Carn's oversight. I forgot the bishop's name. But Brian Carn is under the leadership of another bishop. You know, he is whatever you want to call it, that. And that did not bring him the satisfaction he was looking for in this situation. And so Bishop Sinegal says, well, I'm going to take this into my own hands now, and I'm going to call you out on Facebook and basically say you need to turn from you have issues with sexual immorality and you need to deal with that. So
is Pastor Carn under the bishop?
No, they're just friends.
They're just friends.
Yeah.
Well, they're not friends.
Both of these brothers are close in age. Both of these brothers are early 30s, early to 30s in that range.
This is what happened when these young boys pastoring out here.
They do the whole deal. You preach at my thing, I preach at yours. You know, they're pretty cool. But yeah, he rebuked him for sexual immorality. Now, during the live, he did not say what said sexual immorality was.
Right. I have ideas. But is there anything else you want to give us before I delve in here?
I can tell you what the rumor is.
Okay. Hit me with that.
No, okay. So everything I just said, this was from the bishop's mouth previously. Now, let me know what I'm about to say is a rumor.
Wait, are we about to be gossiping on the TV?
This is what I heard from I'm gonna give credit to Larry Reed Live. This is the rumor that he shared was that the reason why the Bishop Sinegal did not state what the sexual immorality is because Brian Carn was having some kind of sexual relationship with Bishop Sinegal's wife.
I was about to say, this is obvious. That's where I was going to go. Obvious. My man, Bishop Sinegal. Okay, let's look at this. No, that was going to be inappropriate, Drew. But if we look at this here, look at the pictures you have provided us, okay? These are both pimping pastors right here. We're going to be honest. There's a lot of pimping in this pastorship right here in both of these brothers. Bishop Brian Carn, a little too much pout in his lip for his pastoral picture for me. That's just me. I don't know why Pastor Brian Carn, I don't know why Bishop Demetrius felt the need to give us the come hither over top of his rose-colored glasses. I don't need that either. He was on his, I can't say Chris Brown.
To be honest, I just picked the pictures that Google provided me with.
You gave us the right pictures. And so this is very obvious that Bishop Carn moved into the Pastor Carn moved into Bishop Sinegal's sandbox, and he was playing in it. And then obviously the bishop didn't like that. Now, I would say this, looking at these two brothers right here, it could be a wife or it could be one of the other congregants that maybe Bishop Sinegal didn't want to share, if you understand what I'm saying. So that's something to think about. That's something to think about. We're dealing in hypotheticals right here.
Now to further add on to the rumor, allegedly, Pastor Carn contests that what we consider is smashing. Pastor Carn contests that did not occur. That there was some kind of sexual interaction, but not what we call smashing.
Pastor Carn came back and said this?
That allegedly, the rumor is that he did say this. Well, he said that he admitted to someone that there was sexual, but there was no, we're adults here. There was no penetration on his part. So
what type of
that don't make it better. I'm just saying.
What type of game is this? What part of the game is this? Like when did we start? When did we start snitching on the pimping? But okay, if we are at this point, let's go ahead and talk about it. Since we're having a toxic TTYN, this sounds very Bill Clinton-esque of him. This explanation that was going on here. Some of y'all remember that. Some of y'all know where I was going with that. I'm gonna leave it alone. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Well, Bill, we know what you did do, and that was something else as well. And so, hey, I don't know if that makes it better. Like, if you out here having this sexual contact with if you are in this position, you out here having sexual contact with a woman that is not your wife, and the way that is being alleged here, I don't know that saying it wasn't a penetration makes it better. But that's where we're sitting at, obviously, with this one.
Could you imagine would you bring this in the public? If this was you, would you bring this to the public light, or would you?
Somebody said it before. He's a bitter ex. He's mad. Like he's mad right now.
But he didn't say. But if he's bitter, why would he implicate his wife unless he still wants to stay with her?
But he does. I would say the opposite way. I would say he doesn't want to stay with her. That's why he's throwing them.
But why not call her out though? That's what I'm saying. Why not get on live? Like I said, the wife part is rumor. Once again,
right?
Just for the record, and that part is a rumor. So why not, if you, unless you want to stay with your wife, if you want to get back at both of them, just call them both out.
Right. Okay, I can see that. Maybe that's the thing.
Like not to drag other people's old dirty laundry in this, but if you remember years ago,
yes,
Dietrich Hatton,
yes,
and he put on Facebook, he called out another gospel artist that was having relations with his then wife at the time, but that's not why they broke up. But like he named names because he wanted to get at both of them.
Right. Yo, people in here, okay, we're not going to be calling out specific people in the comments. Why I'm dealing with this already today. But yes, he could have kept the name out of here. He could have.
Well, Larry told the part about his wife I got from Larry Reed.
He could have kept this out of the public, period.
Exactly.
This is him being mad and angry. And so this is the way he's lashing out. I wonder what that conversation was. Do you understand what I'm saying? I wonder what he's like, hey, my man. Like, was it a conversation or was it just throwing of hands? Like, I don't think I'm gonna, unless I'm willing just to, I'm decoupling. I'm actively decoupling. I'm gonna just walk away from that.
Well,
are you throwing hands? Because that's just throwing a hand. Because that's been mentioned in the neighborhood as well.
Yeah, if we were supposed to be friends and you get with my wife, it's a problem.
Yeah.
It's a problem. I got issues with both of y'all.
Right. I got issues with everybody involved.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a larger discussion and some furniture moving that's going to happen all the way around here.
I definitely wouldn't have gone to Facebook with it.
I wouldn't have gone to Facebook. Like this is a different type of petty. Well, that's why I think he's ready just to burn this whole thing down. I think he's ready just to burn the whole marriage down, and he didn't care. Are the children involved here? That's the tough part. The children.
I don't know if the bishop has children.
Yeah, see,
I know Pastor Carn does. I believe he has 1 or 2 children.
Okay.
And Pastor Carn is not currently married, but I believe he does have 1 or 2.
And there is, if you see, we got 2 people speaking right here. Pastor Hampton, I am throwing hands. So he is confirmed he is throwing hands. And my man Mac said this is definitely a get the bail money situation.
Oh yeah, that's a bunch of neighbors that have
okay.
If we scroll back to the comments, a bunch of neighbors have said that they would be ready to fight.
So our audience is obviously a try Jesus, not me, because I throw hands.
Pastor Hampton said, I gotta put this one up there.
Yep.
Pastor Hampton said, I got issue with everybody. Him, her, the dog, the cat, everybody.
Everybody. Okay. I think that's reasonable, but I don't think you take it to Facebook. That's a new type of petty. Hey, I pray the situation works out for everybody involved.
I do too.
I'm gonna start following people though. So I need to follow Bishop Sinegal or Pastor Carn. Which one? I'll just follow both.
Well, Bishop Sinegal is the one with the loose lips. So if
okay, I'll friend him.
T.
That's what a T is. Well, we have one case of somebody's already threatened murder in the neighborhood. So obviously we are not a forgiving neighborhood over here.
Yeah. So this brings up another issue that well, not another issue, but now because
here we go.
Stuff like this makes people think that there's an issue with preachers.
Right.
You know, people you can't trust the preacher because he's not living right.
Right.
And it underscores the fact that pastoring is hard.
Right.
Being a pastor is hard work. And if you're not right,
your spirit ain't right.
Whatever's in you is going to get exposed at some point, and people are going to get hurt.
Right.
Does this make us do incidents like this make us as believers look bad?
Yes. And the only reason I say that, and I don't agree that it should, the reason I say that is because many people have made the mistake of putting pastors upon a pedestal, and they forget that they're just human.
Yeah.
And they're fallible creatures, and things like this happen. And so, yes, it does make us all like, because instantly you'll have those who do not agree with, quote unquote, the church as a whole entire entity and say, look at them. That's what they're doing over there. It's like, no, this is one person out of millions, or 2 people in this situation out of millions. Yeah. So, be easy, but that's what they do.
Yeah.
And so, that is unfortunate, but it does hurt us, but I don't think it should in the way that it does.
Yeah. And what's unfortunate is for every Brian Carn that has admittedly, and he admitted to his congregation that he has an issue and he's seeking help.
Okay.
But for every Brian Carn that has an issue, there are, 50 other Richard Hamptons, Harold McKenzie's who are, doing the right thing.
Right.
Who are taking care of their family, taking care of their church, and doing living right.
Right.
But they're not the superstars that are in the news or in the conference and everything like that. And the light that gets cast is cast. The light of negativity that gets cast because of brothers that are struggling, like Pastor Carn.
And here's the question. When do we sit people down? Because one of my biggest beefs with my boy John Gray is nobody has sat him the heck down and said, you can't be a pastor right now. Until you get this figured out, you got to stop. And so we're not, and I don't understand, like, one of the issues that, because remember Isaac Curry had a little issue, and they're like, he never stopped ministering. Like, until you get your junk together or just put your junk away, you need to stop.
Yeah. Well, I can say Pastor Carn is being quote unquote sat down. Like he is going to take a break. For as far as I can tell, that there will be I wouldn't expect him to be preaching this Sunday.
Okay, that's good.
I'm guessing. I mean, he's admitted he has a problem. He's seeking help. According to what I saw, somebody kind of paraphrased him addressing his church today. He is going to take the steps that he needs to get back on track and to live right.
Yeah, Dr. T is in the building. Evidently, can you please bring her to the forefront? She let us know. No, right before that, he got bills to pay, payments to make for all those guilt gifts he's buying. That's why he can't stop. It possibly it could have been, a suspension with pay, like the police, but just sit him down. Just sit him down. Give him a desk job for a while. And how long is the sit down? That's a solid question. Somebody asked how long is the sit down?
There is no formula. I don't know. I think it's between you and the person that's kind of walking with you through redemption and God.
Right. And
so once the three of you, have with those three parties kind of all agree, I think then it's right to move on.
And here's my question, right? With certain people that have repeated dalliances, right? Would you still continue to want to be pastored by them?
Well, I mean,
like if you know this, and some people are like, well, at least he's trying. Well, maybe he should try not to be a pastor right now, because I do believe that pastors are indeed held to a higher standard. Yes, they are human. They make mistakes, as I said, but there's also a higher standard that they need to be held to. And that is the position. So I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, I think about Jamal Bryant, who openly admitted that he has quote unquote problems with his flesh.
Another person who, why are we up underneath him?
And whose business has now been out there from the Potomac show, the
Real Housewives.
Yeah. So, I mean, people are still being pastored by him.
That's a good question. Can I get Donna Abdullah on the screen here? Because we do want to address this fairly from both sides.
Donna says,
go ahead.
All right, Donna says, what type of weirdo is trying to bag a married bishop, though? Like, what thrill is there to seduce a religion nerd with 5 Bibles? I think some people are attracted to the power
and the charisma. Yep.
And the charisma.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a pastor, but you have a tough enough job dealing with your own issues, dealing with your family or your life, dealing with the church. And now you have to worry about people being attracted to you for just, in your mind, kind of just doing your job and people wanting to get at you. Now, you may like it, you may revel in that, but that, especially if you have a problem with your flesh, if you like the women's, like my man Andrew Caldwell says, if you like the women's, I mean, that's a problem, right?
Right.
And that's something you gotta deal with. I mean, like I've done way too much kind of thinking about this than I should in my life, but
okay.
Well, maybe not should, but
hey, just step out.
You gotta kind of. I think it comes to a point where if you're in ministry, you gotta kind of create checks and balances against yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So yeah, to prevent you from quote unquote falling or having issues. So if you know you like to have sex, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of things you need to do before you walk into ministry. Number one, if you're single, you need to pray to God to send you somebody.
Right.
Pray to God to send you someone who likes to have sex also. Right. Someone to marry,
not to just that's yours. Yeah, someone that's dedicated to you.
To marry, you want to pray that God send you someone to marry, like to have sex as much as you.
Right.
You also want to pray God sent you someone that will check you when you're wrong.
Right.
And like if you're a man, it should be another man. If you're a female, it should be another female who has permission to speak into your life and check you when you're wrong. Accountability.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, you gotta kind of have certain safeguards. Like you probably don't want to be alone with women.
Right.
Like if you have to minister to women, you want to bring another person along with you.
Right.
Like you shouldn't be going to Sister Elsie's house to speak a word in her life. Sister Elsie single and you by yourself. No, you want to bring somebody to tag along with you.
And it's interesting. Some of the neighbors are talking about, Dr. C talking about, the oil is attractive to some people.
Yeah.
The oil is attractive to some people. And I'm not going to get in there. Well, I can get in that story. But it was before I was married. And people like, I had people in my past lives come up to me and said, I was attracted to the way you praise and the way you worship.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I was bugged out a little bit. It was, discombobulating at first, but it's a real thing.
Yeah, I think if we're real, any single person that has done ministry in church in front of other people. Now, not necessarily ushers and ballet and parking lot ministry. That kind of stuff is important. I'm talking about more upfront type ministry, whether it's preaching, leading worship, singing, that kind of stuff, playing instruments. You have had someone approach you about how they're interested in you. And it's probably going something like, the Lord told me you're going to be my ex-wife. The Lord told me you're going to be my wife. The Lord told me you're going to be my husband. I mean, if you have done ministry in church long enough, I guarantee you that has happened to you at some point in your life. Right. Or someone has thought about it and maybe not said it to you, said it to somebody else.
Right. Yeah. These are interesting times and interesting things. Like we said, we hope everybody gets right. I do encourage everybody to remember that these are just humans, and they are. Some folks are messing up, and so it's not everybody though. It's not everybody, but yeah, it's not everybody.
I have to say he's insulted if a woman is attracted just to the oil. It irks him.
I had an inappropriate comment for that.
He wants to be able to stimulate a woman beyond just the oil. She needs to be attracted to his intellect.
I don't want to know anything about what Pastor Hampton wants to stimulate. I don't want to know anything about what Pastor Hampton stimulate. I don't want to know nothing about that. That having been said, I could say, since this is a toxic TTYN, depending on what Shorty looked like back in the day, I really didn't care why she was attracted, as long as she was attracted. That was back in the day, though, before I fully found Jesus. Amen. And my wife. But, amen. Amen.
Yeah, and one more thing. If you are, I'm just going to speak to men right now. Okay. If you are a male pastor, right, a male in ministry, right, and you like to have sex, and you're married, and you like to have sex all the time, right? And for whatever reason, you don't think you're getting it enough. Maybe you should evaluate your household.
Yes.
And maybe your wife is not giving it to you as much because she's dealing with all this other kind of stuff.
Right.
So you need to figure out a way to alleviate some of the stuff that she's dealing with so her spirit can be free to have sex with you.
Come on.
Whether it's dealing with the kids or cooking,
household chores
or keeping the church off of her back.
Yep, that's a real thing.
Yeah. So if you're a male and you want to get it on more, you got to free your spouse up, your wife up, right, so she can make herself available and not be all worn out. She can make love to you.
Can I get Pastor Hampton's last comment on the screen, because he went on to explain his comment a little bit more.
Pastor Hampton says, "I'm a whole person, not just a preacher. I'm a whole snack."
Thank you, Pastor Hampton. We want to acknowledge your snackiness. And not just minimize you down to just your oil, sir. And so we recognize you as a whole big boy snack. Amen. Amen. Hungry man snack.
But we talked about these preachers that's not doing right. But shout out to all of the preachers, the men and women preachers, and people in are doing the best they can, living right. Not perfect, but living right. They know what repentance is and know how to use it, when to use it, and just doing your best to live right and help the people.
Let me ask you this question: do we ever hear about women pastors out here pimping? I've never heard it. Are they just smarter at knowing how to do it?
Women pastors doing it? I have never heard a story about a women pastor.
Because it's always the dudes out here who is out here out of control.
And I think women know how to be more discreet.
Okay.
I think.
There we go.
And the neighbors are saying they're smarter, they're better at it. I mean, yeah.
I think they are better at it. You know what? Toxic TTYN. We out here doing what we do. We're gonna keep it moving.
All right. So this is our last show of Black History Month.
Yes.
And I would like to acknowledge another pioneer in the Black church.
Go ahead, my brother.
I want to acknowledge.
Okay.
I'm going to show you here. I want to acknowledge Bishop O. Chandler Ford. Now, there was a time when before Bishop Ford came with his innovation, there was a time when you had an offering, there was one or two ways they would lift the offering. Either everybody would kind of get up and walk around in the aisles and everything, led by the ushers, or they would pass the plate around.
Pass the plate. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Bishop Ford was in the service one day.
Okay.
And it was about a few hundred people in the service. Bishop Ford had a goal of raising $10,000.
$10,000.
He wanted to raise $10,000 in service. So what he did, Bishop Ford came up with what he called the $100 line. He said, I know God has blessed a few hundred people here to give $100. So you need to, if that's you, form a line in the middle.
That brother is an innovator.
But then Bishop Ford realized that some people don't have $100.
Okay.
So what he did was he said, okay, you take your $50 and find somebody else. The two of y'all make $100, and then y'all get in line.
Yes.
And then after that, Bishop Ford realized everybody don't have 100, everybody don't have 50. He said, okay, take your $25, find 3 other people, and the 4 of you get in line.
Come on, teamwork makes the dream work, he said.
So thanks to Bishop Ford, what's normally 15 minutes to raise the offering became a 45-minute show.
Yeah. Jeez, Lord. Well,
so for all of you that are aggravated with these long offerings, you can now thank Bishop O. Chandler Ford.
Bishop O. Chandler Ford. I don't know if we want to thank him or punch him in his whole entire mouth, but yes, I have been part of several of those, and I just sat right on my money that I did not have.
And so some of y'all know, I do gotta. Some of y'all, this is not real.
Okay, let's clear this up. So while we appreciate Black History Month and the church, all these things that we have brought up this month have been jokes. I did get some questions that is this real? And we will say no.
Ask you this offline, off air?
Yes, I did get one. And so I want to be clear, we got these jokes.
This is not real. We said this at the beginning, the very first one. We didn't say to everyone.
We out here with this comedy. But have you ever, let me ask you a question. I'm not checking your pockets. Mm-hmm. What's the biggest dollar line you've ever gotten into?
I have never gotten into it. I've written a check for 100 before. I've never gotten into a line though.
Okay.
Like, I've never stood. I've stood in the find you a bunch of people. I've been among them.
You teamed up with some others. Everybody had 5 on it, and you won the $50 line.
I've teamed up, but I've never been whatever the first number is. I've never given that first number.
Okay. I want to approach the mindset of people who are in those lines. You know what I'm saying? Especially people who got the cash on them. Why did you walk into the service on this particular night with like 200 on you?
Or the checkbook.
That's what I'm saying. I'm about the people with the cash on them. You know what I'm saying? And have you ever seen somebody who's gone up with the money in the hand, like above their head on the way there? Hey, I've seen that.
There are people, I've never been one of these people, but there are people who just walk around with a lot of cash.
I guess so.
I have never been that person.
I've never been that person. Maybe one day. I mean, I look like money, baby. But no, that's never been my life. And so I just don't know. Are you just hoping that on that particular night, you know what, on this night tonight, they're going to call for the money lines and I'm going to be ready?
Maybe the Lord, you know how they say, maybe the Lord spoke to that person before they left the house and said, take this much because I will require that of you on tonight.
Yo, can I get Tamika on the screen real quick, please? Tamika, Dr. T says Paula White is good for these lines. It's what she's known for. They call her the closer. I don't even know what to say to that. I don't even know if it's true. Dr. T would know before I would. I'm going to go with it.
And I have been to many predominantly white churches in my life.
Right.
Never has there been a line for never.
Is Paula white? But she usually teaches probably black churches, don't she?
Yeah, Paula White. Paula White makes a lot of money off of black faces. Let's put it like that.
Evidently, Pastor Carn is known for this in preaching circles.
I believe
money lines promote church hurt and division in the congregation. Thank you, Mac. You know what? That actually may be the best comment Mac has ever made. Thank you, Mac.
His first serious comment.
Yo, I don't understand. It hasn't been part of my life. I hope those people who decide to invest in that way are fully recompensed and they are blessed to the whole way through. That's all I can say. Amen. Amen.
All right. So thank you, Bishop Ford.
Bishop Ford. I don't know whose picture that is, but I hope it's family. You know who that is?
I know what this is. This is for the record, this is Bishop O.T. Jones Sr. He is one of the he's in the chain of presiding bishops of Church of God in Christ. I'm not sure what number he was, but he was one of the past presiding bishops of the Church of God in Christ.
Oh, so you got all the Koji madness.
He's not, man.
Okay.
O.T. Jones is not like one of he's not like their Dr. J or their. He's not like one of the pantheon. I mean, you know, when you tell people start naming Kojic bishops, like O.T. Jones is not one of the first people that roll off the tongue, especially how old you are. So I mean, I typed in Google. I told Google to show me some bishop, and I needed an older looking picture. And there
is this brother still with us today?
Huh?
Is he still with us? Oh, okay. See, he's gone. It's okay.
Let me clean this up. People get it. People get it.
See, you gonna get in trouble.
All of the presiding bishops are quote unquote legendary or have status in the church. I just don't think when you start naming, when you say name me a presiding bishop, I don't think O.T. Jones is one of the first names that rolled
top tier.
I don't think. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've been in Kojic. I think a lot of people will name, Bishop Blake, of course, Bishop Harrison, the founder. But Bishop Patterson, who was on broadcast for years.
I know Bishop Harrison.
Those probably be the top three names. But so shout out to Bishop Jones. All right, we're gonna move on before I say something.
I'm about to say I love this part. This has been great. This is what happens when Dr. T isn't here. Toxic TTY. Yeah, we going all the way out, baby. Let's go.
So we've seen a lot of baptisms. On the show, like crazy baptism, people jumping in the pool with other people. But we haven't seen one like this. I want you to check this out.
Okay.
Charles Preston said when he was younger, he got baptized because somebody else wanted him to do it. And today he is getting baptized because he has decided to do it in line with his own personal salvation. So we are excited for Brother Charles Preston today. And Brother Charles, we can't dip you in water, but we're going to pour a bottle of water over you and just acknowledge that you have been baptized in the body of Christ. Go ahead, Brother D. Amen.
Yes. Yes. This is the one.
All right. And so, y'all, let's get a man of God a hand clap.
Oh, yes.
So for whatever reason, they could not dunk my man. So they just did a sprinkle.
There's so much to this.
My man got Aquafina baptism. Go ahead.
Okay, give me a little bit of time on this. Let's address a few things. First of all, if you actually watch the dunking or the baptism, I don't think he poured out the whole bottles of water. Let me tell you this. If I'm going down in Jesus' name, you better pour the whole bottles of water out on me. I'm looking at him. I'm looking at the water. Did he empty it? I don't know if he emptied them bottles of water.
No, you got to say something.
That's messed up. Yo, and let me tell you this. That better be at the very least Aquafina. If you baptize me in some deer park, I'm not even baptized.
Aquafina is not like a higher class than Deer Park.
Oh, yes, it is.
Aquafina is basically Pepsi water.
Oh, yes, it is. What type of trash are you talking? Deer Park is nothing but deer piss. That is what Deer Park is.
Aquafina is the same water they make Pepsi with. They just
absolutely different. I would be insulted if you out here trying to take me under in some Deer Park or some great value from Walmart. Okay. You know what they should have actually done for this? They should have got, if you knew going into the day how many baptisms you have, a gallon of water from the Walmart costs $1. If you knew you had 3 people, go spend $3, get some distilled water, and give them the whole gallon. If you ain't leaving there soaked, you really haven't been baptized. That brother deserves a whole gallon.
I don't think the amount of water really matters.
Okay, I'm insulted. That's a Nestle. That's a bottle of Nestle dollar store water. Yes, it is. It's not even high quality.
And he kept it to the back of my man's head. None of it ran down my man's head.
Why is he?
He was real careful about it.
Why is he being stingy with the water?
I don't know. Maybe they have more people.
Why is he being stingy with the water? Now we're going to argue the brands. Yes, we're going to argue the brands. He's out here being stingy with some old Nestle water that absolutely tastes like spigot water. Stop it. I'm not talking about faucet. I'm talking about a spigot. When's the last time you had a good spigot? Like
spigot water?
Yeah, brother. Right out the spigot, out the side of your house. That's some of the best water out there. And that's why I'm telling y'all, let me tell you this real quick while we're at it.
Okay.
Some of y'all people sitting here really acting all afraid of the COVID vaccine. Y'all have drunk out of some more controversial, more dangerous water hoses than that COVID vaccine. Let me tell you about that right there. Let me tell some of them, if you really go back and think about some of the things we were drinking out of, they were not sanitary. Not at all, brother. Not at all. But I'm just saying, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. And let me talk about this.
Go ahead.
Who decided on the kiddie pool? You could have at least let that brother. You could have emptied out the baptismal, and you could have let that brother stand in the baptismal. Instead, we gonna clown him with the kiddie pool. We gonna clown him like this. If I'm this brother,
maybe they don't have a baptismal.
This church is not getting a cent of my tithes ever again. You gonna do this to me? You gonna embarrass me in front of my family? I got my family out here. I got my best lady out here today, and y'all gonna do this to me? I don't believe this. This brother didn't even need a full change of clothes. He was still good. This dude out here with the mini Kobe fro out here being selfish with the water. That's ridiculous. Some more Nestle water.
Oh, goodness.
Yes, he could have just stood on a towel. They could have put one of them ShamWow towels underneath him. That whole thing would have been soaked up before it was over. I don't believe this mess. But
hey, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I believe our Catholic brothers and sisters, they just like sprinkle the water on your head, right?
They hit them a little bit with a little bit of this right here.
There you go. So
a little bit of that scepter. And you know what? You need to go all the way under. Yo, I know some old school pastors wouldn't have messed with this. Hey, that player did not go all the way under. His name is not in the book of life. You know what? You know what he has in the book of life? His first 2 letters of his first name. That's it.
Well,
that brother ain't all the way in.
Yeah, to piggyback on the comment you just made, Max said this will only get you in the gates of heaven, but you can't participate in any holy activities with this baptism.
You know what? This don't even get you in the gate, man. This gets you in the waiting line. This gets you in the overfill line. You on standby. If you've been baptized like this, you on standby for heaven. That's what's happening. They gonna let you get to the gate, and if heaven ain't full, they gonna let you in.
And Terry said, "That's no pool. That's a drink cooler." If you black, this is your drink cooler at cookouts. This is
at some point in time that has been a drink cooler. Yes. And guess what?
That probably still is for the church picnic.
That was some of the best cookouts though. Before we got fancy with these official coolers, you had some good. There ain't nothing but quarter waters in there. Ain't nothing but quarter waters and soda. That's before we actually knew about glucose and all the corn syrup and everything. We gave our children nothing but red dye number 5.
Yeah.
That was some of the best cookouts ever. Now we out here with waters and Capri Sun roaring water. First of all, I love Capri Sun. I will tell you, let me tell you this while I'm at it. If you invite me to an event and I have an option between water, soda, and Capri Suns, I'll be darned if you sit there and try to tell me that the Capri Suns is for the kids. I'm drinking those Capri Suns. And when you come to my event and I have Capri Suns, I didn't buy them for your little snot-nosed kids. I bought them for me because I like Capri Suns. We couldn't afford Capri Suns back in the day. We had to drink Sips. You remember Sips?
I remember Sips. Yes.
Sips we was just trying to make it. But Capri Suns, that's top notch. You know what I'm saying? Hey, why are people calling me on my phone? Okay.
They're talking to you about your Capri Sun takes.
That's my fault. But yeah, you drinking the baby's juices. No, I'm not drinking the baby's juices.
That's right.
No, I'm not drinking the baby's juices. That ain't for them. I bought
it. You can't have the soda. You got plenty of options. The baby's only got the in water.
Ask Angela Hart. We was at an event together not too long ago. I drank the juices.
Oh, sit up there, look at with a Capri Sun.
Hey, I asked the host. I said, "Hey, I'm drinking these Capri Suns. I'm gonna let you know that." And I get mad at the kids when I see them go back 2 or 3 Capri Suns. I say, "Hey, where's your parents at? Go ask them if you have any more juice. These is my Capri Suns." And let me tell you what I really do. I put a certain amount of Capri Suns out, and I'll leave some out in the garage for me, where nobody knows where they are, because those Capri Suns will be for me for later.
Okay. All right.
I ain't gonna lie.
I got one more video I want to show you.
Some people remember Sips, by the way.
Oh yeah, Sips. I used to think Sips was high class because in my mind, once my mother told me that good companies don't have to advertise. Like she told me, right?
Your mama played you.
Right? No, it wasn't related to Sips. It was related to something else. So I never saw Sips with advertisement. I'm like, oh man, this would be the bomb. They don't need to advertise. Like, you don't see all commercials. You know, you think about it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I thought Sips was good stuff. I didn't know better.
Nah, brother. We was drinking great value back then, brother. The Sips. I don't even think Sips is around no more. Shout out to Sips. And let me tell you, the best juice box of all time, Fight Your Mother, it's Ecto Cooler from High C.
Ecto Cooler was nice.
It was the best of all time.
Fight
Your Mother.
All right, I got one more video I want to show you. I'm just gonna play. I can't even explain what's going on really.
Okay, here we go.
Look at my man. Now he's walking towards this lady. And now she's trying to get her to come from where she is, but she's like, no, I'm not having that. Yeah, like he's trying to get her to come out, but she's like, no. She's like, I'm good right here. So this man, I guess the praise is going up at the church, people dancing, feeling good, and this one brother looking very suspect.
Special.
Trying to get this lady to come from her seat to the front, and she's like, no, I'm not going. I'm good.
So this is Bishop. This is one of the brothers that's an unofficial deacon. He been around the church so long, but he a little too different, so they really can't put him in an official leadership role. So his name is Deacon such and such. Deacon such and such has been trying to holler at Sister Carol here in the red outfit for at least 3 months now. And he is trying to use this moment of the spirit being high as his particular moment to be able to bring her up to the altar with him. Because he's used the line, God told me you were my wife on her before. He had, if you look at his plan, if you look at his plan, he knew where he was going. He knew where he was going. This is his moment, and they were going to be together right here. He was going to have her come, and the pastor was going to marry them. In his mind, the pastor was going to marry him right now. And he's like, here, pastor, this is the one. This is my one right here. That's what he's saying right there. And yo, I don't know about the double guns.
Yeah, I know. What's that? Why is he doing this?
I can't even breathe. I don't know about the double guns. There are a lot of unofficial deacons out there. Yes, we have all seen this guy. Absolutely. The double guns is what's killing me. And this sister's like, don't touch me.
He's like pointing it at her. Like,
what you doing, Stop.
What's going on here?
Stop. Here's my question. Who is he pointing at? What kind of response is he expecting?
He's pointing at the wall. Oh, you mean from the front? At the front, he's waving at the front?
Was he expecting like a pastor to come get her? Say, no, bring her up, player. Bring her up. I'm ready to bless her right now. I am her blessed.
Oh no.
Yo, what was happening in this moment? Like, this dude knew this was his moment.
Her credit, either she knows him, or she had a feeling in her spirit that something ain't right here. Either way,
this dude has been getting to try to get her to go to brunch with her after service for the past 3 months, and she been like, nah, I'm good. That sister, I'm looking at her right now. That sister just got a long-term relationship. Maybe it was a divorce. Maybe it was just a separation. And he'd been looking at this sister for a while, and he knew this was his time. And he said, while the spirit is high and the waters are stirred, let me walk over here and see what I can do. And the last time I gave somebody the double guns pre-marriage, I was serious. Hey, when I gave you the double guns.
I didn't pay attention to my man spinning around. He just passed him. The dude that's just random. I'm so focused on the strange looking brother.
Right.
That when he leaves from the podium to come to her, he passes this guy who's just whirling around, just spinning in a circle. Like,
he giving you that whirly bird praise. No, the spirit is high when he giving you that whirly bird praise.
Here we go, right here.
He is just hitting pirouettes. He's just hitting. What are we doing?
It's how the spirit moves him at that moment.
Okay, Cliff, I'm afraid to ask. What continent are we on? What continent?
I have no idea.
Okay, all right. I was afraid to ask what continent we were on this one.
What will make this even worse is if my man right here is a visitor. Sometimes you get that weird visitor that comes to your church who just like tries to do all kind of weird things.
Yeah,
that will make it.
That will
make it worse.
This is the brother. This is the brother whose testimony is real, and the fact that he's even here today is a testimony in and of itself. And so he's the kind of brother you see these players in church. They've done some real drugs in their lifetime, and so sometimes when the spirit gets high, and the people that know, see, this is the problem. The people that go to this church know to leave him alone.
Yeah, he's probably done this before.
Yup, and they know to leave him be. He'll eventually settle down. But it's everybody else. The visitors are like, what in the world is going on here? What can we talk about the fact that there's more than one brother twirling in this picture?
The people are happy.
If you look at when this starts at the very beginning on the pulpit, there's some dude in a very sweaty blue shirt who's also hitting the pirouettes. I don't know what all is happening here.
What is moving?
Look right there, pirouettes.
Oh, that brother, all kinds of sweaty. See, we're going to a whole other rabbit hole. We go.
Yo, I can tell you about a sweaty praise, brother. Let me add. Okay, we're going to leave that
alone. Do you have a rant for the people?
Okay, let me just. Yo, man, I've been sitting on this one for a while.
All right, here we go.
I got a rant for the people, brother.
Okay.
And so this is toxic TTYN. So I'm just go ahead and speak my mind, man. Let me break this out. Well, if my Wi-Fi cut off on me, I know it was God saying don't say this. But let me say this today, bro.
Okay.
This is for all. I want to send a shout out to all my brothers out there who have had to go through the false. What was that rant? I mean, what was that called? And if you understand what was that is. You're in bed at night, sleep, having a good sleep. It may be 2 a.m. It may be 3 a.m. And all of a sudden, your significant other, it may not even be your spouse. I don't know your life. Whoever is in the bed next to you, generally of a female variety, and they go hear a sound. And they go tap you, talking about what was that? I'm over here trying to sleep. Not me. This is not me. Other people, maybe. I'm over here trying to sleep. And you gonna tap me talking about, well, I'm like, well, I don't know. Why don't you go check? But all of a sudden, because I'm the man, I gotta get up and go check.
Yeah.
And then it don't even be nobody down there. I know good and gosh darn well, I got a type of OCD. I had literally have to touch all the doors in my house at night before I go to bed. I touch every single lock. And there'll be times where I didn't touch it, and I gotta get up and go back and touch it. I'm working on that. It's okay. And so I know ain't nothing in this house. But you want me to go get up out of bed. And then you're gonna talk to me, you're gonna give me a breakdown of my performance afterwards. Talk about I move too slow. I'm not trying to catch nobody. And they out here, I move too slow or I'm making too much noise. No, I'm not trying to catch nobody. I'm not trying to sneak up on nobody. I want them to hear me coming so they have the option to leave. And that's the thing. Because I'm asking you, what in God's name do you expect me to do when I find this person? I'm out here in different states of undress. You know what I'm saying? I had to put my shorts on just to go do this. And then you want me to fight somebody.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to sneak up on nobody. I'm trying to let them hear me coming so they can go the other way. And here's the thing. I know good and gosh darn well ain't nobody in this darn house.
Do you have an alarm?
I gotta go from the top to the bottom.
Uh-huh.
And by the time you get done, your adrenaline's pumping. Your adrenaline's pumping because you gotta be ready to go.
Thinking about what your first move is gonna be.
Yeah, you gotta be ready to go.
Do I sweep the leg or not?
The first stop I gotta do is I gotta go into my daughter's rooms, make sure they okay. And they gonna pop their heads looking at me, talking about I heard something. I'm like, I know all y'all heard something. The house is creaky. It's okay.
There's a
whole storm outside. And then I'm going to the other room, the other one's snoring. So so it's not them.
Mm-hmm.
And then now I gotta go downstairs. And I gotta go search every single place in the house that someone could be. And that includes going all the way to the basement. I gotta search all the corners in the basement, turn the lights on. I got a bathroom in the basement. I gotta make sure there ain't nobody there. That's all I'm saying.
Do you have an alarm?
No, I don't have an
alarm. Oh, well, girl, you live in a nice neighborhood.
Don't have an alarm.
No. Well, that's yeah.
And so I gotta do all this stuff. And there ain't nobody there. Now, I'm not gonna say this is me. I will say, possibly speaking, that somebody I know has been through this 3 times recently. And then the significant other wants to give a breakdown of the performance. You didn't get up. You were snoring by the time I got back. I'm just saying. I know ain't nothing wrong with this. Ain't nothing going on here. Ain't nothing wrong with this darn house. You know where the heck I live at. Is there anybody in my house, Cliff?
Wait until the girls get older.
Right.
They just randomly get up in the middle of the night.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're there. Let me tell you. Okay, well, that's why we going to speak on it. Let's speak on it. The last, what was that we had? My wife going to tap me. I hear somebody. They trying to get in the room. I'm like, okay, I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? I get up, I'm moving. And so, see, just I'm gonna give you a peek behind the curtains. I got a CPAP mask I sleep with because make sure I don't be snoring. So I gotta take the mask off. My wife like, you being too loud with your mask. They can hear you. I'm not trying to sneak up on nobody. I'm trying to let them know I'm coming. And so I go down. She's like, I heard somebody. They was on the doorknob to the bedroom. So the first thing I do, nobody's in my bedroom. I go check on my daughters, make sure they okay. Ain't nobody there. I put my head in one door, nobody moving. I put my head in another door. But my wife swears she heard something this time. So once again, I gotta go through the whole check of the whole house. I go through the whole check of the whole house. And then I come back upstairs. By the time I come back upstairs, one of my daughters is in my wife's arms and they sitting there having a conversation. And so it's an emotional moment. And so I'm trying to let them have that conversation, but I'm hot. I'm hot in my corner as I sit on the side of my bed. I was like, you the first room I went into. You was awake. Why didn't you say something? You knew it was you on that doorknob. You got my blood pressure up. She gonna sit there and tell me, well, I didn't want to get in trouble. Oh, so instead you got me all over the place, walking around. I tell you what, Jack. Jack. This is just some of the things. It's just some of the things. But this is my rant on today.
Well, it's gonna be like that for a while.
Yeah,
girl's not even in high school yet. It's gonna be like that for a while.
They just,
I can tell.
Yo, I tell you what, Jack. I tell you what. She go, did you hear that? Did you hear it? I mean, this ain't my life. This is some other people's lives.
Okay. I just say that's just your son.
No, you gotta get up, play.
We got to get up. We got alarms. The alarm will go off. It's just your son.
I gotta get up. And that, you know what? That's what I want for Christmas. An alarm. And Christmas better come next month. I want a full house alarm. Because gosh darn it, if I got to get up one more time, messing up my sleep.
And when we used to have our bigger dog, I used to be like, that's just a dog.
That's just a dog.
And it's a dog. And if it was something shady, the dog would react. If it was something shady around the house, the dog would like snarl. So if he don't snarl, then it's just a dog walking around. The dog or one of your kids, I'm going back to bed.
I'm getting lots of time for the ring. Yes, that should have been time for the ring. Get you. No, I'm not getting no dog in my house. No. No animals. You know me. I'm an animal.
But the ring doesn't do it. The ring's only good for the door you put it on.
The ring has a security system now, though. They got a whole house.
Yeah.
So I would, Donna Abdullah, why don't you just yell at the top of the steps, say, hey, hey, better not be in that toilet. She said, that's what I would do. No, that's.
Or you could just make a sound like you doing your gun. I'm coming down.
I'm coming. Here's the thing. The only problem is where I live, though. If I don't actually have a gun, they probably have a gun. Like, so that's the thing. So I can't fake no gun. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh man.
It might be the Holy Ghost. I got some, and people give me some wild responses.
Get a dog, they will alert you. The angel said.
Okay, Dr. T says simply safe. Okay. You can install it yourself, less than 30 minutes. You gave me a whole commercial there. I will look into that. Grab me a camera system on Black Friday. Everybody's saying it's just time to get the alarm. Evidently, that's what it's time to do. I didn't think I had to be those people, but evidently it's time to do it.
We didn't have one when we lived in.
People called me ridiculous because I put deadbolt on every single lock in the house.
That's not ridiculous.
See, that's what I said. And they say I'm ridiculous because I lock my car even inside the garage.
No, I don't do that.
Well, I mean, hey, I got a deadbolt on the lock from the garage to the house. That one from the garage, I got a deadbolt on that. I got deadbolts everywhere.
Yeah, I don't lock the door between the house and the garage.
Oh no, you got to, brother. You got to check that one before you go to bed. I
check the garage door is closed, I'm good. If you able to beat down the garage door to get into the garage, congratulations. You got me.
You got me. Yo. But it's just the way I'm.
If you can get through the exterior garage door, the interior door ain't gonna stop you. If you got the ability,
that's true. I got a solid deadbolt on that one too. I tell you what. And let me talk about this. All these whatever happened to a good peephole? Does your house have a peephole?
Yes.
I believe in a peephole.
We got the top of the window is glass. Top of the door is glass.
Yeah. See, I don't want all that. I don't want nobody seeing in.
Or if you have a ring, you can just fire up your camera and see.
There's glass on this. I don't want none of that. I just want a solid metal door and drill me a peephole. The people, my first place I ever lived at, it was a condo. And the people thought I was funny because I was the only person in the neighborhood who hired somebody to drill a hole through my door and install a peephole. I went out and bought a peephole and I installed it. But what's funny though, I didn't realize I put it at a height that was appropriate for me. So later on in life, when my wife and my children came to live with me, they couldn't see the peephole because it was at a solid height and they were not at that height.
So more Nabella on YouTube, and welcome to the show, said her sister goes in the hallway and actually cocks a gun so people can hear it.
There you go.
She said, well, she does that when her husband's away and they didn't even grow up with guns. So at some point in her life, she said, I'm about to get me a gun and now I'm cocking it.
I'm with you. Marina Bella, I'm with you. 100%. Cock the gun. Let's go. Dre, I got it. Okay, I apologize if I offended anyone. I have to enunciate peephole appropriately because I was getting a little excited. But yes, that's my rant on today. I'm not. You see, we can talk about some things. I got some things to go deeper on this one. We don't believe in we don't believe in gender roles no more. But guess who you tapping to go check? Okay. That gender role real strong right there, huh? That's all I'm saying. I'm quiet now.
It's all good until it's
until
potential
it's a intruder
or a bug.
Yeah. Don't start me with that mess. Don't start me with that mess. My head hurts. I didn't mean to go so hard.
Or a bug or a rodent.
Yes, a bug or a rodent. Oh, see, I got Tamika. I knew that wasn't gonna get her. That's why I decided to get that ran off while Dr. T wasn't here today. I did this when you wasn't available, Dr. T. Mm-hmm. Can we talk about the bugs though? We ain't gonna talk about that. You ain't gonna get me in trouble on today. Yo, the bugs, man, and the bugs, and for some people I know never mind. That's gonna be too specific. But yeah, I make my daughters kill their own bugs. I'm like, you're not going anywhere till that bug is dead. There's a bug in my room. Well, I guess you better get it out. It's on the ceiling. Go get a chair. Fix it. I'm not messing with you today. Go kill the bug. I ain't playing with y'all out here. What was that?
I had a child who showed me remain nameless.
Okay.
Said child is interested in law enforcement, but was scared of rodents.
Hey man, I got nothing to say.
Hey, how you gonna be out in these streets?
So you gonna be out in the streets? You can't handle this over here. Woo! I will admit though, the one time I had a bat fly in my house, I acted a hot fool. It was at my parents' house, and I ended up having to stomp that thing out with my Timberlands.
Devin said bugs are iffy. Well, they're not iffy. Just squash the bug.
Just squash it. Get out of here.
Squash it. Spray it with something. You got choices.
Don Abdullah has a retort for you, my brother.
Well, they aren't going to be arresting you.
They're not going to be arresting rats, are they? That's a solid point she made there. It was a bat. Yeah, brother. There was a bat one time. We found the bat on it was on the underside of a lampshade. Because we didn't know what is that on the lamp? And we looked underneath. It was a bat.
Just hanging there, hanging out.
Just chilling. And we trying to get it out. And I got it out eventually. And it started flying. And that may have been the first time I cursed around my parents. It was just my dad. I may have let a few things fly. And then I got it on the ground and I stomped it out.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something like you threw a pillowcase on top of the lampshade and just threw the whole lampshade away.
Nah, brother. We got it out. I put my Timbs on and I just kept stomping until there was literally blood in the carpet. I had to make sure it was dead.
Oh, man. All right. Well, we have had
a time.
We got a lot of entertainment off for security systems and possible intruders.
Possible intruders, my black behind.
Possible intruders. Oh man, thank you everyone for hanging with us tonight. All the people hung out on YouTube and on Facebook. We appreciate it. Especially shout out to people who comment for the first time.
Yep.
Really appreciate you hanging with us today. We do the show every Tuesday right here on YouTube and Facebook at 9 p.m. Eastern. If you can't watch the show live, you can always catch us on demand. Go to turntoneighbor.com for all different ways you can go. You can watch the show on demand. If you haven't done so, make sure you like our Facebook page or subscribe to YouTube and hit the notification on YouTube. That way you get notified when we go live. You can hang out with us and all the neighbors. You'll see all these people that we constantly reference throughout the show. You can hang out with them.
Yes.
And see what we actually talk about. All right, man. Well, it's been a fun guys only show.
I think I'm gonna get in trouble for something I said next week. See, Dr. T got a long memory. She gonna bring something up. Hopefully, she'll just get me in the pre-show.
All right, thank you all. Thank you, neighbors, for hanging with us. We really appreciate it. Until next time, take care and be blessed. Peace.